Hey, what's up YouTube? This is 590 coming to you today, working with Ableton Live 10. Going to show you some drum work here today. Nowadays your drums are not going to sound as great unless you put them in key with your melody. So let me get right here into it. First off, we're working with Ableton Live, the Suite version, Live 10 Suite, which is, the highest version you can get. And we're just going to use all things built into the Suite version of Ableton today. So you don't have to go and worry about downloading nothing else or looking anywhere else. First thing I'm going to do is come down here to Packs over here on my left side. I'm going to come down here to Drum Essentials. And under Drums, I'm going to come to Drum Machines. And these are all drum kits. And I will show you later why you're going to start with the drum kit. So first we're going to start with, we're just going to keep it simple here. We're going to go 808 startup, put it right here. Now, if you notice down here, you have your blocks of 4x4. And right now on our live push device here, we have all these lit up, as you can hear. Okay, so that's great. So we kind of got an idea of what we want to do. So we first decide that, hey, we like this. We want to use this particular set. You can mix and match these different pieces right here to whatever you want. If you have a particular sample that you want to use in place of these, by all means use them. We're just using this because we're just trying to do this video here for the video purposes. Now I have 3 more MIDI tracks set up here. And on each one of these MIDI tracks, I'm going to go up here to Instruments. I'm going to put a sampler on each one. And I'm going to go back to the drum rack and show you why we put a sampler on there. Down here at the bottom, as you see, the sample that we're using is put into a sampler type interface here. So this is basically your sampler instrument that they're putting the sample on. Now, the first one we're going to look for is this Kick 808 Tone 4. So we come back down here to Packs. We're still in the same Drum Essentials. We're going to close up Drums. We're going to come down here to the Samples. We're going to pull the individual sample under Kicks. We're looking for that 808 Tone 4. And if we don't want to search all day, we can just come up here to the top and type in 808 space tone. See, now we got it. Then you just grab Tone 4. And we're going to pull it here to this first sampler, wait for it to come up and drop it down here. Now we have our kick down here. Doesn't sound exactly the same as it does over here. And I'm going to show you guys why here in a minute and what we're going to have to do to get it to that point. But right now we have it. And if you guys notice, we can play it in different keys, whether it's the C, G, B, E, F, whatever. We can play it in different keys now because we have it on this simpler instrument. So I'm going to come back over here to 808 Startup Kick. The first thing I'm going to do is notice that it's in classic mode, and I'm going to start going from left to right, basically mimicking or copying everything as it looks directly on the screen. The first thing I notice, my filter's off. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to turn this filter off. All this looks the same. I'm going to turn my voices down to 1 because we only had 1 voice over here. It's on loop. So we want to turn this on loop, take off snap. Our LFO is on, so we're going to leave the LFO on. Come over here, attack, decay, sustain, release, volume. See all those numbers. So 0, 600, 0, 4. That looks like a 490 release. So I'm going to come over here and I believe this. So we're just going to click right here, type in 490. Keep it simple instead of trying to mess with that knob. We have the volume correct, -12. Take our beats, turn to repitch, because if you notice over here, it was in repitch mode. All right, so we've got all of that done. Now, come over here to control. Usually no one they don't mess with the one shot or slice. The only thing you usually have to worry about is loop, this here classic view. Now, if you if you start playing with it and the sound is really off and you've changed everything else, then come back and start looking under these. But 9 times out of 10, they're not messing with these over here. So now we're going to click on controls and look. Start here with the filter. It's off, so we don't have to worry about that. The LFO, we got 1000. Come over here, go to controls, LFO 1000. That all looks correct. So now we're going to come over here to the pitch envelope, and we see it's under pitch. We got a velocity at 7%. Come over here. We need to put this, instead of amplitude, we need to select pitch. Our velocity volume 7. Hit enter. We're at 7%. Then we want to come down over here, amount, attack, decay, sustain, release. We are going to go back over here. We're at 06050. 06050. Okay, so we're good. Our glide's off. Our time's at 50. Glide's off, time's at 50. All these down here are going to stay the same. Okay, so now this sample and our new sample should sound exactly the same. Let's test that out. That one sounds a bit higher. Well, the reason being is our volume's at 0 decibels and our volume here is at -12. So let's take this to 0, enter. Now we have our kick in here. And we're just going to do this a couple more times here. We're going to say we want to take this snare. We're going to do the same thing. So we'll go back up here to Drum Essentials. And instead of kick, we're going to go down to snare. We're going to clear this out. And we want snare. Which snare is this here? Snare 808 tone 3. So we're looking for snare 808 tone 3. We got it. We come over here to where that sampler is. Drop it here. And we'll come back to the main one. We got it on trigger gate. I'm looking at the wrong view. I'm at the one-shot view. Let's go back to classic. All right. Nothing's on here. Voices are at 1. We got nothing on here. Our voices are at 1. Warp is going to be repitch. All right. Down here at the bottom. See how you have to notice down here, they have the filter on this one, and the filter is a low pass filter, not a high pass filter. And you also have the MS2. So we're going to come down here, put on this low pass, take it to MS2. All right, now we got to look at these frequency and drives. Frequency is at 64.2 hertz. So you just want to click there, go 64.2, enter. 0, 14.7 decibels, 0. Drive is going to be at 14.7. All right, let's double check that, make sure it's looking correct. Yeah, all right. Now in one-shot mode, since it started in that, I just want to double check trigger gate, snap, warp, repitch, gain, that's all correct. Trigger mode, okay, good. All right, come back over here, let's check this out. All right, then we come back over here. So we got a little bit of work to do still. It's not exactly the same. So we're going to come to controls. First thing I want to look at is our filter. We got frequency. That velocity is probably, key 100. So our filter is all correct right now. It's the same, okay? Our LFO looks good. LFO looks pretty stock. Pitch envelope, we're at pitch instead of amplitude. We're in pitch. All right, so let's go to transpose. This guy's down 6 semitones. Six plus 6 down here on our transpose. Velocity is at 30. Oh, they put the velocity down here. It's at 30%. Our velocity is at 35. Let's take it down to 30%. Our volume is at -12.4. We're at -12, so we're going to put -12.4. They're sounding pretty similar, almost like we got it right on it there. And that looks good. So now that one is done. And then we're going to come over here to the close hi-hat. That's the last one we want to mess with. And again, guys, this is just showing you guys how to do this. You can do this with any sample built into Ableton all day long the same way. So we're going to go to hi-hats. It says hi-hat close 808. Let's go to close 808. Hi-hat close 808 right there. Bring it over here to our sampler. Drop it. Right now it sounds like voice is most likely going to be 1. We're going to go to repitch. Come back over here. We're in classic mode. Take that loop and snap off. All right. Filters off. Filters on. Take the filter off. Sound a little more like it. We're at negative 4.7 decibels. Let's take this. Negative 4.7. Still feel like we have some things that might be off of just a little bit. 600 release 490. 600 release 490. That's where we're at. Definitely getting there. All right. Let's check these controls real quick. Right over here, controls. LFO is stock. We got it on amplitude this time instead of pitch. Got on amplitude this time. Check that velocity is at 0%. Let's turn this velocity to 0%. And let's see if they got any transposing going on here. No transposing, no glide, none of that. Pan is C. All this over looks good. 0, 490, negative 4.7. 0, 0, 490, negative 4.7. So we have our drums from here put each on individual tracks. Now I'll show you what you can do with that. Now you can take and change this and come over here, and I'm going to open this up a little bit because we don't need that much space. We're only going to go 1 octave. We'll go 1, 2. Go up to D. Go back down 1. Gonna go 2. I see how that sounds right there so far. Very slow, not what we were looking for. Let's just scratch all of that. Oh, that's why we're too low. We're on C3. Okay. Turn our metrodome up here. Now we're going to record right here. All right, so that's where we're at. We're at 5, 4. Those are a little off. Let's try that. I like that better. All right, so let's delete this. Let's hit this here up. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we got that in there. Now we're gonna come in here. We're gonna mess with some. Let's see what we can get out of this. All right, let's see what that sounds like. All right, now let's see if we can get some hi-hats in there. All right, we got all these in different keys, but you don't have to put your hi-hats in different keys. You can just take your hi-hat, automate it, and turn on your rate that you want to do and just keep it flowing. But I was just trying to show you guys really quick, a quick and easy way with the stock stuff that you get with Ableton Suite. Take your drums and put them in key with your melody. Again, it's $5.90. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, comment below, tell us more of what you want to see.